I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are. So it isn't much else. Don't give them the power. Look, are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Are they going to endanger the planet by not dealing with climate change? Yes. They're going to do all that. But don't lift these guys up like they're sometimes the heroes. Everybody in this room knows, I know it as a teacher, a bully has no self-confidence. A bully has no strength. They have nothing.
Having Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be stopped.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up.
Yo, what's goody? Wavy. 2 months and 2 days to the date, President Trump, or former President Trump, or future President Trump, however you want to call him, has had a second attempt on his life. Now, I'm not sure who is protecting this man, what Secret Service, FBI, and CIA members are involved in all of this in terms of his protection, but they're doing a bad job. All right, we already saw what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania a few months ago.
How did he know that Donald Trump was going to be playing golf? How did he have access to his schedule?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Before I get into the video today, I just wanted to shout out everybody that's a part of the Under 800 movement. You know, we're making moves, we're making strides in this YouTube game. I really do appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all are enjoying this journey that we're going on together. If it's your first time, welcome. Other than that, welcome back. I never thought we'd be sitting here having this conversation again. I previously covered on what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania with Trump, and here we are again, and some other radicalized lunatic is trying to take the former president's life. Trump's safe after being targeted in second apparent assassination attempt. He was in Florida at the Trump International Golf Club. First of all, thank God that President Trump is okay. They were able to evacuate him to safety, so he's fine. You know, it wasn't a remake of what happened in Pennsylvania a few months ago. This man has some sort of protection over him. There is some higher being. If you don't believe in a higher power, I mean, this is proof right now. There have been 2 attempts. I don't remember ever in my lifetime many attempts being made on politicians' lives, let alone 2 in less than, 3 months? And he's supposed to be being protected by the Secret Service. This is supposed to be the best of the best. All right, after Butler, Pennsylvania, you think that they would have learned something. You know, we saw that even the director had to step down after what happened. Now, this is still a developing story, and I'm going to do my best to try to, bring as current information as I can as it comes out. This is going to be the actual guy that was taken into custody, Ryan Routh, and we'll end up getting to him in just a little bit. In this case, the Secret Service was able to identify the man, but he was still able to get back to his car and drive away. Thank God that there was a good Samaritan there that was able to capture the license plate as well as a picture and description of the vehicle that he got away in, but they still didn't get him until he was 50 miles down the road. Now, Trump stopping to play golf was more like an impromptu thing. There was no scheduled stop for this, and this makes me really wary of who is around President Trump right now. Like, there is obviously a mole somewhere in the Secret Service, not only about what happened back in July, and there were many mistakes, there were many things pointing, in my opinion, that this may have been an inside job, but then now we have this where President Trump was not planned to be here. And then he was there, and then all of a sudden there's this guy. A Secret Service agent spotted a rifle barrel with a scope sticking out of the fence of the golf course and immediately engaged with the person. The agent who spotted the rifle is part of a team that stays a hole or 2 ahead of Trump on the course. The person was 300 to 500 yards away from Trump.
The Ukrainians have a right to fight back.
I don't do paper, though.
I don't care if you do paper or not. I'm looking for revolutionaries. Whatever people want to take this whole system down.
Bro, I'm a veteran. Like, do you need me?
What kind of veteran are you?
Bro, I served in Nuketown.
Well, I think it's better to serve and fight in the powers. over the system.
Bro, give me a Glock and a Hellcat.
Take a look at this.
Bro, but I don't do paper, though. I just told
Come
you
on,
that.
dude, then get away. We don't need people who aren't serious. If you're not
I'm
serious,
serious, but I don't do paper, bro. You're literally killing the environment.
we're moving on. You go ahead, have your lunch.
No, bro, I'm going to class.
We are able to catch a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes, jumped into a black Nissan, and I took the picture of the vehicle and the tag, which was great. Shout out to that man, but this guy is doing more than the Secret Service was doing. Shouldn't the Secret Service have had a whole perimeter? Shouldn't they have had people both inside of the golf course and around the golf course, as well as ahead and behind Trump as he goes along? It seems like if they are almost actively putting this former president, also who happens to be running as the nominee for the Republican Party, they seem to be putting him in situations where things could go wrong. The person in custody in connection with the apparent attempted assassination is Ryan Wesley Routh. I believe Ryan Routh is originally from North Carolina, but he had been living in Hawaii, where him and his son were like building sheds and stuff like that for people there. Routh traveled to Ukraine following Russia's full-scale invasion of its neighbor more than 2 years ago. Video shows Routh attended a rally at the square in support of Ukrainian troops on May 1st, 2022, and visited the same location about 6 weeks later, where a photo shows him standing beside a Ukraine flag emblazoned with an appeal for international volunteers to support the war effort. In my opinion, this guy was fully radicalized by the mainstream media, by whatever you want to call it, him along with Thomas Crooks that are hearing people say, go up to these people and commit violence.
I will go and take Trump out tonight. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
People that have all these platforms telling people to go out in the streets and, you know, get some sort of street justice. That's what you telling these people to do.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
As much as the Democrats cry and can't let go of what happened on January 6th, listen to how they speak. Listen to their rhetoric. The mainstream media tells its sheep what to think and how to react to different things said. Back when Trump said something about black jobs, everyone had something to say. It was all over the place and went viral. What is a black job? This and that. Joe Biden recently said he restored 2 million black jobs.
In just 3.5 years, we created over 2 million new black jobs for black Americans and black.
But because the media has not told them to have any outrage, there is nothing. I'm seeing a lot of silence on the left. Some people don't even know that it was said. This is circulating online as Ryan Routh's residency. This is his house over here in Hawaii. And then this is going to be his work truck. And then right here, if you look right here underneath the latch, we have a bumper we have a sticker on the car, or a magnet, I can't tell. And if you can tell what it says, though, it says Biden Harris. So this guy, you can't say is a Republican. This is Ryan Routh, who, from what I'm seeing, has donated to Act Blue at least 19 times. All right, if you don't know Act Blue, that's going to be pretty much like, you know, who they pay stuff to for the Democrat, whenever they want to donate to the Democrats and stuff like that. If you look, it says, you know, Act Blue is like, I don't know if it's like their third party or like who it goes through, but, you know, it's associated with donating to the Democratic Party. And I'm not saying that these were any substantial amounts of money, but just for the fact that he's donating to them means that he supports them, right? This one right here, I want you to pay attention to, okay? At POTUS, your campaign should be called something like KADAF. Keep America Democratic and Free. Trump's should be MASA. Make Americans slave again, master. Yo, this dude is so stupid. Why wouldn't you put an M then? Wouldn't it be MASAM? Democracy is on the ballot and we cannot lose. Who says democracy is on the ballot? Is that something coming from the right? Or is that something coming from independents? Is that something coming from the left? I really want to know who the mole on the Secret Service is, or who it is in the FBI or the CIA or whatever of these alphabet organizations that are in charge of leading or protecting President Trump.
How did he know that Donald Trump was going to be playing golf? How did he have access to his schedule?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
We still don't have much to go off of the case, but as of today, Monday, September 16th, I will tell you what we know so far, according to NBC News. The FBI is investigating an apparent second attempted assassination on former President Trump at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. Suspect was taken into custody and identified as Ryan Wesley Routh, 58. He hid in the bushes and pointed a semi-auto rifle with a scope at Trump, who was about 400 yards away. Routh was charged today with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. All right, so that's what they're getting him on. Now, they have said that if convicted guilty, I guess he could face about 20 years in prison. What are you thinking about all this? This is now the second attempt on former President Trump's life in a little bit over 2 months. What does this say about the Secret Service members around him? What does this say about, you know, all of the organizations that are in charge of protecting him and the Homeland Security, all that stuff? What does this say about them? What does it say that maybe God has another plan for him? All right, I'm not trying to get too religious and, you know, spiritual on people, but this man has now avoided death or brushes with death a few times. One time, the one in Butler, Pennsylvania, I mean, centimeters, millimeters. His head doesn't turn to look back at that projector or the screen or whatever he was looking at. And we're not even having this conversation today. You know, thank God, thank Jesus Christ that he continues to watch over President Donald Trump, because he's going to need it both up to election and after election, because these people have been radicalized over the last few years. All right, ever since 2016, when you're constantly being fed this garbage on the mainstream media that has a bigger important duty to the people. All right, they're running election interference up and down in terms of not holding Kamala's feet to the fire, not asking her hard questions during the debates when she lied up and down the stage. Never mind all of that. It's as if they would not be happy unless Trump was dead, and it makes me believe, why do they want this man dead so much? What is so wrong with if he serves another presidency? Is it because they're afraid that he might do to them what they've been doing to him, running him through courts, financially draining him, all that stuff, draining his time, taking his time away from his family, trying to get him locked up? Are they afraid that they might have the same thing done to them? I mean, that's a whole different other story. Or do you think Ryan Routh was standing for democracy? All right, he was standing there to make sure that America is not run into the ground through what he believes another Trump administration would bring. The TDS is so bad with people, even online now, as we speak, with a second attempt on Trump's life, people are still making a joke out of it. Like if this shouldn't be scary for everyone. He saw that Thomas Crooks didn't get the job done, so he was trying to give what a lot of people on the internet were clamoring about. Oh, I can't believe that he missed the shot. Well, here you have another guy. He was thwarted and wasn't able to go through with the job. All right, had him again in the crosshairs, maybe, potentially, I don't know. But the job was not done, and thank God for that. And you just know these demonic, evil people were seething and griping over President Trump surviving a second assassination attempt. I really don't have too much more to say. It's sad that the bastard is still alive. They should have killed the pussy, honestly, but I guess that he'll have his day in court. They're getting him for some gun charges. That's what they're getting him on. A gun by a convicted felon, and then a gun with a scratched off serial number. That's what they're getting him on, instead of what they know that he was probably trying to go there to do. But then that's another story. Like I said, as this story continues to develop, I will continue to cover it. Either way, I'm interested to know whatever you're thinking about it. I don't even think that he should have his day in court, to be honest. If they saw him there and they knew what his intentions were, come on, let's be honest. He has the gun, is pointed. He knows that President Trump's in there. They should have offed him. The mere fact that they started engaging, whatever that means, and then he gets away 50 miles down the road and he's still alive and he's going to have his day in court. I mean, if I was president, if I was somebody, man, that's not even taking place. We just going to off him because we know what he coming there to do. You got to make an example out of his ass, just like they made an example out of Crooks with his head, with his brains blown out. You know, but that's all I got to say on this video. Till the next one, y'all be safe and stay wavy.